And whenever I talk about loyalty, I always get a lot of ladies to come out there and go, "Oh, Chaz, I was loyal and look what it got me. I'll never be loyal again. I've been there, done that. I was loyal to a man and he still cheated." Oh, you can do all that and that's not going to stop him from cheating. So why should you even do it? Well, the reality of the situation is that's because you're not loyal. You are loyal to an opportunity and you are loyal to what you feel is your best option. You're not loyal to a person, because if you were actually loyal to the person, then whatever happened wouldn't stop you from being loyal to the next person, because loyalty would be your default. If you're a person that likes to give, you're not going to stop giving because you didn't get a thank you. You're not going to stop giving because you didn't get the blessing that you thought was going to come for you right after it happened. You're like, oh, well, I'm going to give this and I'm going to be blessed. And then when you lost your house, went broke, got sick, you wouldn't sit here and go, I'll never give again because all of the good things I thought were going to happen never happened. You're going to go to your default. If your default is to be good, decent, and give, then that's what you're going to do. If your default is to worry about just you, which I don't even see nothing wrong with that. That's who you are, cool, ain't nothing wrong with that. But if that's your default, then you can't get mad because somebody saw through your default. That's what you don't understand. A lot of times you're being loyal to your best option. You're doing things because you're trying to win somebody over who you feel is your best option. It's not really about loyalty so much as a strategy to get what you want. When you don't get what you want, you immediately turn and your true self comes back out again. I'm sorry, I know a lot of y'all are going to deny that. I know a lot of y'all don't want to believe that about yourself, but this would be the biggest thing to ever help you out. Sometimes when you can really see what you actually did in a situation, it makes you understand why the other person did what they did and what you can do going forward. Some of you think you're loyal, but you're really not. All you're doing is trying to work a strategy. I talk to a lot of dudes that are like this. They think they're nice guys, but they're really just trying to work a strategy. There's nothing wrong with trying to work a strategy, but you just have to understand it with your eyes wide open. Look, I tried to work a strategy and it didn't work this time. That means I need to adjust my strategy so it'll work next time. If all you're doing is trying to believe that this is who you are and everything you did was altruistic and you were just so selfless in the tasks and you never cared about you did it all for love and you did it all for someone else. If you start thinking like that and you start believing that crap that you sell yourself, then you're never going to get ahead because you're just not being real and you're not understanding what's going to happen going forward. You're not understanding that some of the people who treated you the way that they did actually saw through what you were trying to do. Some of y'all go out here, smash dude after dude. It doesn't work. Then you go 90-day rule. You go 90-day rule with a guy, he's like, nah, I don't really feel like waiting 90 days. Oh, he's a player. He's a narcissist. Oh, I hate this dude. Oh, he's such a bad person. No, he's a person who didn't fall for your strategy. You decided that having sex with people early didn't work for you and your bottom line and your dating agenda. Now you decided to make people wait because you thought if I hold the booty hostage for a little while, then he will invest in a relationship. I get it. That's a reasonable strategy. But you're mad because people didn't fall for the strategy. Rather than adjusting the strategy and making it work a little bit better, you just go sit and pout because it didn't work out for you. I talked to a lot of guys who pulled out chairs, paid for dinners, spent money, did everything they could, complimented the girl, sat on the phone for hours, listening to her cry and talk about her personal problems. Then she went and dated Brad because he had a motorcycle. Now dude is mad and he wants to cry all day and talk about how these women ain't nothing and how trash they all are. And it's like, dude, you need to adjust your strategy. Don't try to act like you're a victim in this situation and everything you did was just because you care so much about humanity. No, you saw something you wanted and you tried to create a strategy to get it. It didn't work. Now you need to adjust your strategy, add to it or take away. Same thing with everything else you do for somebody. You saw somebody you really liked and you tried to put together a strategy to make it work. And if you're being real, your response tells that. If you were actually doing that because that was your default and that's just what you wanted to do was help the world and be loyal to everybody who was in your life, then you wouldn't be sitting there going, been there, done that, tried that and it didn't work out. You wouldn't be saying that. You'd be like, well, that's my default personality. That's what I do. So I ain't tripping. It wasn't about you. It was about me. The reality is you tried a strategy of seeming like you were loyal. It didn't work out. You did it with somebody who you thought you could win over with that type of thing. It didn't work out. Instead of adjusting the strategy, you've decided to sit around and cry and complain and try to make people feel bad for you. I'm here to tell you, if you adjust your strategy, add to it and take away, the same thing you tried on someone else will work on the next person. But you got to keep tweaking it and keep adjusting it. Stop sitting here crying, calling them narcissists, calling them this, calling them that, evaluating everybody but yourself and trying to make everybody else the bad guy. That's cool. People love that. People are going to give you a thumbs up for that because that's the same way they are, which is why they'll never accomplish any of their goals in their life. But if you actually listen and build upon what you've done in life and build upon the mistakes that you made and some of the choices that you made and build on your strategies, then you can start being successful.